One of the most mysterious, daring, and tragic figures in financial history, imagine a man who rose from nothing to the top time and time again and lost everything every single time. Here is that man, Jesse Livermore. Jesse Livermore was born in 1877 in the United States to a poor farming family. His childhood was quite difficult. His education didn't last long because he had to start working at a young age. He left home at just 14 and went to Boston. There, he began working at places called bucket shops, which were similar to stock exchanges. His job was to write prices on the board, but during this time, he noticed something important. Prices weren't moving randomly. There was a pattern, a mathematics, a psychology. Livermore learned to read price movements simply by observing. Even at a young age, he began trading with small amounts of money, and he started making money quickly. He was so successful that he was banned from trading at some of the places where he worked. Because he was constantly winning, people gave him a nickname, Boy Plunger or Young Diver. Livermore later went to Wall Street for bigger goals. But things weren't that easy here. Strategies that worked in small markets didn't work in the big market. And Livermore learned his first big lesson. The market isn't just about math. It's also a game of patience and psychology. He experienced his first major bankruptcy here. But Livermore didn't give up. He analyzed his own mistakes. He learned to be patient. And most importantly, he discovered how to follow trends. Instead of short-term random trades, he focused on capturing major movements. And this strategy changed his life. In 1907, a major financial crisis struck the United States. While everyone was in a panic, Livermore remained calm. He predicted the market would fall and took a short position, betting on a decline. The result? He made millions. His name became known throughout America. But his real breakthrough, the Wall Street crash of 1929. This was one of the greatest stock market crashes in history. While people were losing their fortunes, Livermore correctly predicted the crash again. And he made an incredible profit, approximately $100 million. Today's billions. This success earned him the title, the man who beat the market. But the story doesn't end here. Livermore's greatest enemy wasn't the market. It was his own psychology. There were moments when he lost his discipline. He broke his own rules. He took excessive risks, and he lost everything time and time again. Several times throughout his life. He wiped out his entire fortune. He regained it and lost it again. This cycle became a part of his life. Livermore wasn't just a trader. He also left the financial world with valuable lessons. His life was chronicled in the book, Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, written by Edwin Lefebvre. This book remains a guide for investors even today. Some of Livermore's strategies. The trend is your friend. Cut your losses early. Be patient. Control yourself, not the market. But the most important lesson is this. Making money isn't hard. The real challenge is keeping it. Despite all his successes, Livermore's life did not end happily. In 1940, following massive losses and psychological pressures, he took his own life. This went down in history as one of the most tragic endings in financial history. Jesse Livermore's story shows us this. Intelligence isn't enough. Discipline is essential. Psychology is everything. He beat the market time and time again. But in the end, he lost to himself. Even today, investors remember his words. The market is never wrong. We are the ones who are wrong.